All right, so now we're going to talk about pronoun problems. These come in a lot of different varieties. Now, sometimes there will be a person problem that is first, second, or third, or there might be a problem in number, singular, or a plural. So let's take a look at what this means. Well, all of these words, someone, somebody, anyone, anybody, everyone, everybody, no one, nobody, all of these words are singular. So what does that mean? Well, let's take a look at this sentence. This is a common sentence, right? Everyone has their day. Well, everyone is singular. Their is plural. These two things do not match, so you need to change your there. Well, all right, we'll make it everyone has his or her day, but that's being gender specific, so why don't I just say everyone has a day and avoid the issue? One way to tell if something is singular or plural is to do the is-are test. If your verb is, then it is singular. If your verbs are, then it's going to be plural. So that's one way that you can tell. Take a look at this sentence. Society has gotten to the point where each person does what is best for them. Well, person is singular and them is plural. So we need to change it. Each person does what is best for her. Or make it people and then say people do what is best for them. In that case, we have to get rid of that each. So they have to be both singular or both plural. So when you're revising for a pronoun problem, you want to make them match, either singular or plural, match in number. Now, another issue you might have is with case. Now, English has 3 different cases. What am I talking about? Well, there is the subjective case. This is when your pronoun is the subject of the sentence. For instance, I ran a marathon, you ran for office, he is amazing, it was awesome. I, you, he, and it are all the subjects, so they're in the subjective case. Or there is the objective. Those are all objects. In other words, he gave the book to me, the TV was watched by you, the show featured her. Me, you, and her are all objective case in terms of pronouns. And then finally, there is the possessive case. This shows ownership, right? Somebody is possessing something. So this is my house, here are your keys, the house lost its roof. So my, your, and its are all pronouns that are possessive. So that's an issue with case. You might have the pronoun in the wrong case. If you take a look at this chart here, you have all of the pronouns together in one place. So you've got them divided up by case, subject of objective and possessive, and then first, second, and third person. So each one comes in singular or plural. That's what those SPs are. So for first person, we have I and we, me and us, and then my blank or our blank, or it's mine or it's ours. The you is going to stay the same the entire time. You is friendly that way, but third person will change. You'll have he, she, it, and they, and then him, her, it, and them, and then it's his, it's hers, it's its, or it's theirs. So this is how they break down. Now let's take a look at a sentence. We have Thomas and me love horror movies. Well, here's the trick with pronouns. You get rid of whatever else is in the sentence and ask yourself, would you say me love horror movies? No, you would say I love horror movies. So that would be a subjective I. Or take a look at this next one. You have she gave Tom and I tickets to the show. Well, would I say she gave I tickets to the show? No, I'd say she gave me tickets to the show. So that's where I need an objective pronoun. Now, this one's a little tricky. You have he likes her more than I, he likes her more than me. These are both right depending on what you mean. The first one means he likes her more than I like her. That's fine. The second one means that he likes her more than he likes me. Now we're in a fight, right? So you want to make sure that you're using the right pronoun for the right case. So you have to make sure that you make your pronouns match in case. Now moving on, you have something that is known as an antecedent. So pronouns refer to whatever comes before them. Now here's an example of a clear antecedent. If you have John grabbed his hat, the his refers to John. That's a clear antecedent. The John is clearly what the he is talking about, or the his is talking about. Now let's look at an unclear antecedent. If you say, Tom told Phil that he had a flat tire, I take a look at that he and I don't know who it refers to. Does Tom have a flat tire or does Phil have a flat tire? So I need to be more specific. Tom told Phil that Tom had the flat tire. So that would be an unclear antecedent. Or if you have the anonymous they, right? They said that the store was closed. Well, who's they? I don't even know. So you want to cross that out and write something specific, like the employees said that the store was closed. So you always want to make sure that they have a clear antecedent. Whatever the pronoun is referring to is specifically spelled out. Finally, you may have an issue with sexist language. Take a look at this. If you say give someone flowers and you make her day, well, only women get flowers? That's a little sexist. How do you avoid this? Make it plural. Give friends flowers and you make their day. So that's an easy way to get rid of sexist language, is to avoid the gender altogether and make it plural. Overall, you just need to remember, pronouns need to agree in number and case, they have to have a clear antecedent, and they should avoid sexist language.